Holy moly, Knights, we are at the finish line. Sector 5. Conquest is not a sprint, it is a marathon, so you have to best manage your resources to get here. But we're finally at Sector 5. We got some awesome cheeses coming your way, and an easy way to get Droid and Gungan kills, even if you don't have a full squad of Gungans or even Droids. All about your data disc and certain team compositions. I'm here to make your life a lot easier. So, we're going to start out with the data disc that I use for the majority of this sector. Practically didn't change it for anything besides one data disc for the cheese. A simple T34T training droid data disc just for the cheese, one and done. But we're going to show you what data disc you need to use, and also an additional one that might make your life even easier to attain it even faster. So, heading into game, talking about Conquest, guys. Sector 5. If you aren't aware, I finally finished Conquest. I just have to finish a couple more global feats, but this one is actually really easy, especially if you have these characters up and running. But even if you don't have them up and running, it is not a problem. You need like a single droid. One droid, you're going to be fine. One Gungan, you're going to be fine. It's not hard. But you got to defeat 35 enemies with Gungans. If you have a full Gungan team, good for you. Going to be a nice, easy feat. Next up, defeat 35 enemies with droids. Plenty of different options. We're going to show you 3 different options for this. Going to be cake. Then, attempt to inflict defense down 60 times and critical damage up 60 times. One and done. Full auto basic. Not hard at all. Requires a couple data discs. So, that is pretty much it. Now, for the defense down and crit damage up, I wanted to show pure, no Galactic Legends, no Conquest characters for this feat. There are a couple of more Conquest characters that would make it a little bit easier, that might speed up the process, but wanted to show all non-GL, non-Conquest gameplay for early game players that want to get this done, that might not have all these later end game characters. So, what you have to do in this final sector, this can work on a majority of any of the nodes. I got lucky and found a Geo node halfway, because it only has one AoE. It's coming up. Where did I find it? It's over here somewhere. Right here. I found a Geo node. I typically like this one because they attack out of turn a lot. They can crit you a lot, which means Malik is going to get a lot of fear spread. This makes it a lot easier. There's only a single AoE, and it's the Brood Alpha. So I really like finding a Geo node. If you guys don't find a Geo node, there are plenty of other options. You could find a Phoenix node, an Ewok node with no wicket, and even if there is a wicket, you're going to be fine. But over here, it can also probably work on this Mon Mothma node. There are a couple of AoEs, so you have to have your certain characters at a survivable gear level, but I personally like Geos. You can find Tuskens, Ewoks, Phoenix, Geos. You're going to be fine. That's kind of like the strategy. This will also work against a against a Droidican node, but the only thing is that with the critical damage up, Biggs needs to be able to crit, so it might not work for all the critical damage up, but you'll get a couple. But the most thing is find any node, honestly any node that doesn't have any serious AoEs. So I'm going to show you the gameplay. It's full auto basic. We have a video for you, and the data disc I'm going to display right in the beginning. So that's the team comp, really quick. Luke lead, Han Solo, Biggs, Dark Lighter, I know, very random, Wat Tambor, and Malik. That's the team comp. Now, the data disc I'm going to show you right over here. They're all displayed on the right. 2 most important ones. I mean, all of them are very important for the sector. Very important for the sector. But for this specific strategy, Commando Formation and F-34T training droids is essential to get this done. Those 2 are what you're going to need for this cheese. Now, what I'm showing on the left, I did not have included for this gameplay. But to make your life even easier and to guarantee this gets you exactly 1 battle, Booming Voice will be your friend. I would replace the Zealous Ambitions if you're going to do that. Or the Leader's Resolve. I mean, it makes it so much easier to have Booming Voice, but if you don't have it yet, do not worry, it's going to work fine. But for the entire sector, this is what I was working with. The only thing I removed after this battle, was the F-34T training droids, because you're unable to win the battle with that attached. So as soon as you're finished with this feat, remove it. Everything else you're going to want to keep. Like I said, for this specific feat that I'm showing you, Booming Voice will make it even faster and guarantee that you get all of this in 1 battle. But even without it, I was able to get 60 in a single battle. So we're going to go right into the gameplay. This is against a Geo node that I was showing you earlier. Now, same concept as my previous sector guides. Han Solo starts with a stun on the Brood Alpha. He gets put under stealth, and Malik gets taunt. That's going to force all the enemies to attack Malik. If he gets crit, he's going to spread fear, and the rest of your team's going to be safe. Now, what I do here is I put the health tech on Malik to make sure he can survive. That's rule number 1. You can put this on full auto as soon as you put the weapon tech on Biggs, because you want Biggs to take as many turns as possible. He gets the weapon tech, now it's full auto basic for the entire battle. I'm going to play this on 1.5 speed, and we're going to skip ahead. But pretty much what's happening here is Commander Luke Skywalker on his basic ability is applying defense down, which is what you need. You got to apply it 60 times in a single battle. Was what we're trying to do. But he does apply defense down on the basic. Biggs, on a basic, if he lands a crit, gives critical damage up to a random ally. He gives himself critical chance up as well, so that's also extremely helpful for him to land a crit. If you guys want to mod your Biggs for critical chance, guarantees a crit by him, makes it even more likely he's going to get a crit. So as long as he's critting, he's spreading critical damage up on a basic. Now, the reason I didn't put it on full auto instead of auto basic is because sometimes Luke is going to do his middle special, his second special. He's not going to do as many of his basics, and Biggs is not going to do it either. But Han Solo also can do critical damage up on his second special to himself. But I didn't find it as worth it by auto basic. I think auto basic is the way to go. Practically, if you guys just put this on full auto and you get, you move efficiently, you're going to get the 60 defense down in a single battle, and you're going to get the 60 critical damage up in one battle. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to guarantee it with 0 RNG, put Booming Voice. Every time your team's getting called to assist, that's going to call Biggs, and he's practically going to get the critical damage up spread to everybody because he's going to be critting no matter what. So that's pretty much it. I'm throwing it on full auto here. We're going to skip a little bit ahead towards the end, and you're going to see as soon as this battle ends in 20 seconds, I'm going to have both defeats done. It's really awesome and a pretty cool cheese, and it doesn't require anything that crazy expensive. Malik is a early game character. I mean, the Old Republic faction is very easy to get up and running, so Malik, a lot of players should have Malik, but I end the battle. I couldn't win because of the data disc, and look at that. Defense down 60 times, critical damage up 60 times in a single battle. Pure efficiency, nice and easy. Now, if you don't want to use Biggs and you want to use a more endgame character, replace Biggs with Malgus. Malgus on a basic applies critical damage up, which is also way easier, and he double taps on a basic, so that's also a phenomenal option for you. Same concept with the Booming Voice. But if you guys are very early game and mid game and don't have Malgus, this is the way to go. So that's going to be the defense down and critical damage up feat. Now we're going to move on to the droids, the droid feat, and same data disc that I listed earlier in for the Biggs cheese. It's all about the zealous ambitions and the leader's resolve. The leader's resolve helps your 50R-T go out ahead, gives her a ton of speed, so she's going to be lightning fast. I'm at 81% stamina here, and the zealous ambitions are literally easy mode. You pair that in with weak spot, it is a absolute breeze. We're going to watch this battle. I put in BB-8 because it gives turn meter to your team as well, so she's going to be lightning fast, so I do recommend BB-8. Lobot is in there because he has droid synergy, and when he goes into battle, he's considered a droid, but he doesn't ever take a turn. It doesn't even matter. This is a great way to do it if you have these 50R-T up and running. It makes it easy mode. So you're going to say, I start the battle, and watch. That's it. It's one move, and the entire enemy team is dead. Couldn't get any easier than that. So this is more catered for like an mid-game player that has it. That's a great way to go. Now, second option. Another team for droids is a General Grievous team. You don't need Stap if you don't want to use Stap or it's not up and running. You could use Droidica, you could use Wat Tambor, any other droid, BB-8 for the turn meter. It's really not that hard. Same data disc, find a random node. I found a Jedi node. They're going to go ahead and go out ahead, and I use B2 to apply the buff immunity. He's landing his debuffs. That's going to amplify your weak spot. And you're going to see, you're just going to absolutely blow them up. The target lock turn meter gains are great. Got to be cautious of Anakin doing a little bit too much damage, so I got rid of him first. But yeah, this is another team, another option to get those droid kills. Trying to show you as many different options as possible to get this done. But I was able to spread this out all through Sector 5 using many different team compositions, and it made it an absolute breeze. So you're going to see next up is going to be a little bit of a different strategy if you guys have 0 investment in droids, but you do have JML. We'll show that next. So it's a nice 3-star, nice and easy. Moving on, we're going to see right here. This is going to be the JML strategy. You have 4 OP Jedi, with your 5th being a droid. Doesn't matter if the droid is low gear, high gear. If you find a good node, or if you're fast enough to outspeed, the enemy team will never take a turn. If you find a node that does have some AoEs, and you got to be able to control the battle, they can ignore taunt, replace Keller and Beck with Wat Tambor and put the tank tech on JML. The only reason why I included Keller and Beck here was because I wanted to stack with the global feat, because I wanted to make sure I can get that up and running as well while doing my sector guides. So if you have JML and you have any droid, any light side droid that deals damage, do it. I picked R2 because he is a requirement for Leia, very easily accessible, so great option for you. But practically, you're going to utilize JML's coin ability to help get this done. So you're going to see they do go a little bit of ahead. There is a AoE here from Zam with her thermals, but as long as R2 isn't touched by any other attacks, you're going to be fine. You can put the stealth on JML. So even if you don't have Wat Tambor, but you have a fast R2, you can save the team. Call R2 to assist. That is literally the name of the game. You keep calling R2, finish the kill with R2. It's going to count towards your droid feat. Makes it really easy if you don't have any good droids or a good droid team. So another really solid option. This strategy is also going to help you for the next feat we're going to show next, which is Gungans. Gungans is a pretty big annoyance if you don't have them up and running. So I have all my Gungans at full relics on both accounts, so can't really test any low relic or low gear options. But I'm going to recommend the same strategy. I replaced Keller and Beck with Yoda just to give a little bit more foresight for survivability. But I decided to go with Tarpals. Really good Gungan, deals damage, does apply critical damage up as well. And also JML on his middle special applies critical damage up as well. But if you guys don't have Gungans at all, at least get one unlocked. Get them unlocked, and you'll be able to get this done if you find the particular node that you need. There's also in the current episode pass, at the end, you're getting a Gungan Lightspeed token. Choose a Gungan that will deal damage, and you're going to be fine. Just call them to assist with JML, and you're going to get this done. So practically, I'm not going to show you a battle with full Gungans because that's easy mode. I mean, I don't have to display that. Anybody's going to do that. So practically, I found a Keller and Beck team. I'm very fast. I have the leaders resolved, so JML goes first. I'm calling Torples to assist. He does his own damage, but you don't have to worry about that. As long as you're using the coin ability to get the kills, you're going to be fine. So he's practically one-shotting. Absolutely one-shotting because of the assist and how much damage he's dealing with JML's protection coin ability. So here, I couldn't at the end get the loot kill, but practically got 4 there. It's a great way to do it if you don't have full Gungans. That's my personal recommendation for anyone that doesn't have them up and running. So that's what I'm recommending. Showing another battle where I do it against Hux. So there, I'm out ahead because of the Terminator. They do go for Tarpals in the beginning, but that's just some bad RNG. But if you have a low gear, you're going to be fine. Commando formation is very nice to keep him under stealth if he's landing a crit. But it's super easy mode. You do one assist and he's going to get a kill. He's just doing a lot on his basic because he's at relics, but he doesn't need to. You just got to make sure you use that coin ability. It's very easy. That's practically going to be the Gungans, guys. And now, we're going to go into the mini boss node and then the final boss node. The mini boss node is you got to win with Zuckuss surviving. So we're going to go with the same exact cheese we've been going for the entire Conquest, which is going to be your Maul team with Canderous, including Django in here to make it easier, and Wat Tambor. Zuckuss over here is literally gear 3. 4-star. Super low investment. Unfortunately with this battle, she can't be assisted on when she's taunting, I believe. There's something in her kit that you can't assist on her anymore. So, same data disc. I go all in, and I just do the middle special here because you cannot assist on her. You're going to see later on in the video. So I do the first 2 stacks of Anguish. I get the middle special again, go back to 5 stacks, and go all in on Satele, and the battle's over. The only thing is that no one was assisting on her because she can't be assisted on. It's something with her kit that I have to look at. But that was pretty much that. And the next up is win with, I believe, no Galactic Legends, or it was something. I had to use, I think it was don't use Galactic Legends. I have to double check. Let me see. Yeah, oh, it's win without using any bounty hunters, guys. My bad. Win without using any bounty hunters. I forgot for a second. So I just threw in Night Sisters because they work really well with Zealous Ambition. So had a little bit of a brain fart there. It's hard to remember all the feats. But yeah, this one is win without any bounty hunters in your squad. If you have a Galactic Legend, go ahead and use that. I just use Night Sisters because they're really broken with the data this combo that I have. So real no complaints. It makes it easy mode. So I don't think it's going to look like that in Grand Arena, but very nice to have. Now, moving on to the final boss. You have to win without using any support characters in your squad. So I did 2 different tests for you guys. 2 different options. First one is Darth Vader lead with Revan, Malik, Sith Empire Trooper, and Talon. Obviously, Sith Empire Trooper is not essential. I just threw him in there because he's a pre-taunting tank. And I thought it would be nice to have here. But there are no supports. Talon is an attacker. You're practically relying on Darth Vader to do a lot of damage with a weak point. If you don't have weak point, Amplifying Agony is going to be your friend. But he just deals a ton of damage. So they're going to go out ahead. They're very fast. But it's really, really easy. You're going to see as soon as our Darth Vader takes a turn, it turns into easy mode. So if I had Amplifying Agony attached, that'd be a ton of damage because of all the debuffs. But you're going to see here, the weak point or weak spot is just making it so easy. And that's a 3-star battle with no support characters. Next option is going to be Gas 501st. You only have to use 4 characters. Snips, Fives, and Arc. Rex and Echo are considered support characters, so you can't use them. I ended up getting a 2-star in this battle, but the amount of damage that Gas does at the end is absurd. And it's probably because of weak point and also the buffs that they're giving Gas. He's just doing so much damage. You're going to see he's like counterattacking for I think 1 million towards the end of this battle. So huge counterattacks. He doesn't have the crit avoidance like he does in Grand Arena. Unfortunately, we do go down and take a kneel. But look at the counterattacks. It's crazy. But I do believe we lose Snips. Yeah, we lose Snips here. So we did end up losing a character. But as soon as he stands up, it's crazy. That's 1 million damage. That's 1 million damage. I think it's 1 million. It could be. Maybe my eyes are seeing things. But that was pretty easy. Went without any supports. And if you guys are fortunate enough to have Pirate King Hondo in your roster, this is the easiest thing in the world. Practically dies in like almost the opening play. I put it on full auto. I mean, if you have Zealous Ambitions, Pirate King Hondo on his basic is just a disgusting machine gun one-tapper. You see that? That's just insane. So, thought I'd just showcase it. That's not going to be hard for many players. So that's pretty much going to wrap up Sector 5 and the Satil Shan Conquest guides. Possibly doing some more for the global feats if you guys need it, but I have barely gotten any sleep this week. I'm going to catch up with some rest. This has been an ultimate grind of a Conquest week, but I do it for the Knights of Vex. I appreciate you guys, so I would really love if you guys would leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel to show your support for your boy Vex, because these videos do take a lot of time and effort, and I really hope they're helping. So let me know down below, did these guides help you get Red Crate? Do you guys need any more help? Join my Discord, look at the infographic section, or tag me in the Conquest chat, and I will be happy to help. So again, guys, appreciate you all. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel to become a Knight of Vex, and I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you all.